Is running bad for you? Can doing too much running be bad for you? Isn't running just a fight or flight response? Can it do more damage to our body than good? That is what we're going to cover today. Well, good morning. June 22nd, 22 days since our 30-day challenge. We are 8 days away from finishing. How are you doing in your walks? Yesterday took a day off. It was Father's Day here in the US. I don't know how many of you are watching this from different parts of the world. So I just had to take a day off and de-stress and kind of reset my energy. I actually slept a lot yesterday, so I feel much better today, more energy. And let's keep going on our walk. And I hope you guys are going to start if you haven't started yet, and if you have started, I hope you will continue to do the walk for the next at least another week or so, and let this be a brand new routine for you to help you with your blood pressure. As I mentioned on the last video, last Friday, I went on a little worked out just my legs, and I am still sore today, 3 days later, and I only did just zero weight, or just the sled, or just the bar, and I am still sore 2-3 days afterwards. So you can imagine those people trying to get back in the gym, trying to put on some weight. I would highly suggest to not do that, especially if you have high blood pressure. Just start slowly and take one step at a time. Last week I showed you how a brisk walk can cause the blood pressure to go up, and although blood pressure going up is normal during exercise, today I'm purposely doing a slow walk and see how our blood pressure can be affected and how high it will go today. So today's topic is on running and blood pressure. Is running good for us? Well, point number one, our brain does some pretty amazing things. It commands the body to secrete different fluids, commands the body to secrete, put out different type of chemicals, and we want to relate running to fight and flight. Our brain causes our adrenal glands to secrete adrenaline. And adrenaline itself, well, that's just one of the chemicals. The adrenaline itself causes our heart rate to go up, causes our breathing to go up, and even causes blood pressure to go up. So when the adrenaline is pumped, our body is ready to react to any type of danger. So it does increase our blood pressure. Now, other symptoms of fight and flight, your eyes could dilate, the pupil can dilate. Your face may be flushed, or maybe even alternating flush, redness, and also paleness. And so these are just different symptoms of raising your adrenaline due to fight and flight. Now, which then leads to point number two. When our fight and flight response is kicked in, it also increases cortisol. Now, cortisol itself is supposed to help with metabolism of fat. But our body, in response to fight and flight, creates too much, over a chronic period of time, actually creates too much production of cortisol, which now then actually becomes a storing or retaining of fat. And that's why people talk about cortisol retaining fat, especially around our midsection. And of course, that can also raise our blood pressure. The thing also with the fight and flight response is that this is the same response when your body goes through too much stress. It could be stress from work, it could be stress from relationships, it could be stress from your finances. All of these all stimulate the same chemical from the brain to your body, and that's why people say stress can kill you, stress can make you fat, stress can increase blood pressure. It is because of its effect on the adrenaline, and that is why. Now, our last point for the day, point number three, how does running due to fight and flight affect our blood pressure? Typically, it takes about 20 to 60 minutes, 20 minutes to an hour for our blood to return back to normal stasis. However, most people do not return back to that state within that period of time because they constantly have stressors. They constantly, again, from work, from relationship, they're worried about their kids, they're worried about their parents, they're worried about themselves. So many things that are stressing them that their body never actually returns back to normal. And because of that, the body continues to keep pumping out adrenaline and continue to increase the cortisol to now an unhealthy level, which now retains fat instead of metabolizing fat. That's how the fight and flight response actually becomes negative on our body, and then increasing our blood pressure now at an unhealthy state. So those are the 3 points of what can happen when you run due to fight and flight response. So again, running, is it bad for you? It all goes back to your mindset. It all goes back to the reason why you're running, because running can actually be good for you. And tomorrow I'm going to share with you why running is good for you, where today what I'm sharing with you is how running is bad for you because of your mindset. And that concludes day 22 of the Zipper Ninja 30-day walk challenge, and we will see you tomorrow.